Supercross Live here on supercrossonline.com. Kevin Barnett hanging out with Jim Holley. Jim, it's been a great season so far. The top four have really performed. I can't remember a season where the top four, who everybody thought was going to have success, came in and really have had that success. Last week, Ryan Villopoto is the first one to pick up his second victory. Let's break down the field. Start with Villopoto.
Well, you know, Villopoto, he's coming off of that second win like you talked about at Anaheim, and what it's going to take here in San Diego for Villopoto to win is a good start. He's got the confidence knowing that he's got the point lead now again and knowing that he's got two underneath his belt. But everyone's going to be strong here, but the guy that's going to be the strongest is Chad Reed. He's got 6 wins in here. He's going for a 7th, and you know, Chad's had good starts. He's put himself in good positions in past races where he's up there, and that's what it's going to take tonight. I mean, you're not going to be able to come from the back of the pack if you're Chad Reed and get your 7th win. You're going to have to be up front right away in that top 5.
Yeah, this is Chad Reed's house. He has 6 victories here, all-time leader. This last year was the first victory for 2-2 Motorsports, so certainly a special place. All right, get to James Stewart. Last week, kind of a tough week. Had to go through the LCQ, had that big get-off. Came back and performed extremely well in the main with that second place finish. Is he healthy for this week?
You know, I talked to him, and James is ready to go here in San Diego. He's chomping the bit. He says, I don't want Chad to get that number 7 win. I got number 7. I want number 7 on the top of the podium. You know, a lot of people thought that, you know, maybe he wasn't going to ride this week, but he said he's been on the bike and everything. He feels good. He's ready to go. But, you know, you never know with James Stewart. You're looking back at Anaheim last week, leading that heat race, just gone. I mean, flat gone. And all of a sudden, boom, he finds himself on the ground. He finds himself having to go through the last chance. But I know James Stewart does not want to go through the last chance here in San Diego to try to get a win here in San Diego.
It seems very strange to think about Ryan Dungey as the 4th guy. He could easily be the 2-time defending SX champion had things gone differently at the end of last season. But now he's on that KTM, got him their first win. Last couple of weeks, though, 4th place. What's got to change for him?
You know, as a rider, if you're, you know, in Ryan Dungey's head, that start he had in Phoenix was so perfect. That ride was so perfect, and that's what it's going to take to win here in San Diego. He's going to have to get a start. He can't get those bad starts. I mean, he's been buried outside that top 10, and he can only manage to work up to 4th, just like Villopoto has done in the past. You know, when he's had problems on the first lap, he can work up to a 3rd, and he can work up to a 4th, but that's about it. You're not going to get up to those top 2 guys because you can't give them that much time.
Jim, let's dig a little further into the track out here. You've had a chance to look at it. There's a lot of interesting sections, look like some options in the rhythm section.
Yeah, the rhythm section's interesting because it's a left-hander and it's right after the start, and you can do it a couple different ways. I mean, they got a couple step-on, step-offs, and you know, depending on the start, you know, they'll do a little bit different because there's so many guys going in there, you don't want to leave the door open. Tonight, the track, though, it's got a lot of rocks in it from the road base from over the years when they've had some rain races here, and that gets mixed in. That always plays a factor because when you come down the starting line straightaway backwards, I mean, that roost is treacherous, especially off of the 450. We touched about the whoops. I mean, the whoops, you know, 13 of them, that's a whole long section there. And then, you know, you got your standard 65-foot triples and everything that are going to be hard, but it's going to take the start. You know, whoever can get through the start and this timing section where the step-on, step-offs before you go into the whoops. And if you can nail that the first lap, that's half the battle.
It's going to be some great racing here tonight from San Diego. It's been a great early season. If you want to tell us who you think is going to win, Facebook.com/SupercrossLive or Twitter.com/SupercrossLive. He's Jim. I'm Kevin. We'll see you.